And with that, I'm going to turn things over to Senator Lummis, ranking member of the second subcommittee, for any opening remarks she would like to share.
Thank you, Chairman Merkley. It's great to be here with you and join with your committee, the CSWMEJRO committee. That is quite an alphabet soup. And lovely to be with Senator Heinrich, who is one of the sponsors of this legislation, as well as Jim Augsbury from the Western Governors Association. It's nice to see you again. This legislation and hearing is the culmination of efforts by a lot of members and outside support groups, including some of those represented here today by our witnesses. And so, again, Senator Heinrich, it's great to see you here today. Senator Risch is also co-sponsoring this important bipartisan legislation. It's a pragmatic solution to the challenge of approximately 550,000 abandoned mines across the U.S., costing an estimated $54 billion to remediate. And it's just amazing how long this has been going on. It's time to get after some of these. While most of the sites don't pose environmental problems, drainage and runoff from some of these may pose a threat to surface or groundwater. So this bill creates a 7-year pilot permitting program to allow for 15 Good Samaritan remediation projects on federal, state, tribal, and private lands. And by resolving the liability issues that Senator Merkley mentioned that come under CERCLA and the Clean Water Act, we can expect additional help from new partners that will both protect human health and improve water and soil quality. We want to make sure that no good deed goes unpunished doesn't apply here. Legislation like CERCLA and the Clean Water Act that are intended to protect the environment shouldn't be the very reason that we can't protect the environment. Mining has been happening in our nation for around 150 years, but most of that occurred before serious environmental regulation was in place. And while we have to address some of that legacy mining that lacked the incredible safety and environmental standards we use today, we also must recognize that mining is absolutely necessary to our way of life. From materials used in life-saving medical devices like CAT scans to defensive armor plates for our men and women serving in the military, mining impacts every single one of us for good. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today how this bill helps solve some of these legacy remediation issues in a common sense way that also respects federalism and utilizes willing partners who are eager to help. So in closing, legislation to authorize Good Samaritan remediation has been around since 1999. That's a long time. We're going back into the last millennium. Something as bipartisan as this needs to be made a reality. I'm hopeful that just perhaps the alphabet soup combination of our subcommittees will be just the magic recipe to do so. Thanks again, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.